One day, a man was driving from Nevada to his home. On the way, he saw an old lady stuck on the corner of the road. There was a very little light on the road. He understood that the lady needed some help, so he pulled over near the old lady's car. He went to the old lady and asked, "Ma'am, do you need some help?" The old lady looked worried and didn't reply. She thought that the man wasn't safe to talk with. He looked poor and clumsy. The man could see that the old lady is afraid and was feeling the cold. The man again asked the old lady in order to help her, "Ma'am, I'm here to help you. Why don't you sit in the car to feel warm? By the way, I'm Henry McGill." The man looked at the lady's car and saw that her tire was punctured. Henry crawled down the car and changed the tire in some time. His clothes were full of dirt and he got an injury on his hand. Looking at that, the old woman started talking to him. "Son, I'm so thankful to you. I've been stranded over here for more than an hour, but nobody came in the way to help me. I'm from California and I was just passing by. Thanks for coming to my rescue." The man replied and said, "Ma'am, it's my pleasure to help you out." The old lady asked, "How much should I pay you?" "Just say the amount for the help." She assumed all the worst scenarios that could have happened to her if that man didn't stop. The man smiled and said, "Ma'am, I didn't help you for money. You needed help, so as a human being, I did what I had to do. If you have to pay me, then please help someone when they are in need and think of me. I've lived my life this way only, and I assume that helping people can help me." The old lady smiled and said, "Thank you for the help. I should go now." The man waited there until the old lady started the car and drove away from there. The man then headed to his home. The old lady saw a cafe down the road a few miles away. She went in and bought a cup of coffee and some snacks to eat before she hops onto the car to reach her home. The waitress came smiling to her and offered her a towel to clean the wet hair. The old lady noticed that the waitress was nearly 6 months pregnant, but she was still kind and helping the people around her. Her pregnancy didn't stop her from working with a polite attitude. The old lady was surprised. How come someone with so much little could be so giving to help out others? She thought to herself. Then she remembered Henry. The old lady paid the bill after completing her meal. The waitress quickly went up to the counter to bring the change for the old lady, but she was gone. The waitress wondered where that the old lady could be. Then her eyes fell on the table, where there was something written on the tissue paper. The waitress started crying when she read the paper. The old lady wrote, "You don't owe me those change or anything. Don't be surprised. Keep the change. Somebody on the way helped me like the way I'm helping you. If you really want to give me those change, then don't break the chain of kindness. Keep helping and spread the love." Under the tissue paper, there are around $1,000 more. It's not much, but I hope it will help you for some days. That night, when the waitress got home, she started thinking about the money and the tissue paper where the lady had written her heart out. How did the lady know about the expenses she and her husband needed for the delivery of the baby and hospital charges? She knew that the money was going to help her and her husband with that. She gave her husband a kiss, hugged him, and whispered, "Don't worry. I love you, Henry McGill."